Hey, thanks for coming back to my channel. It is Zoe per usual, but it is a wigless Zoe today. This is really exciting. A lot of people don't really get to see me without my wig. I use my wigs to kind of assimilate into society, working in an office or wherever, and that's kind of what the wigs are for, and I do love them. But this is me in my natural habitat, just looking like my natural self. If you're wondering why my hair is like sheared off, I basically shave my head like twice a year because it's easier to manage. So anyway, we put down our primer, always a hydrating primer, and here I'm doing something a little bit strange this time. I'm putting down my setting powder immediately after the primer. This is a pro tip for me anyway. It's something that I used to do all the time. It can be difficult if you have dry skin. I know it looks like we got a little bit of moonshine and flashback Mary on the face, but that's okay because we're putting down that foundation, and that's that Bobbi Brown stick foundation. I'm going to an engagement party, so I want something long lasting and really natural, something that's not going to transfer onto a mask or slide off my face as soon as I start sweating. So Bobbi Brown was that girl tonight. Finally got it buffed in. It takes a little bit more of an effort when you've got your powder down first, but we made it work. And then I'm jumping into concealer, still using that same Morphe concealer, dotting it on, keeping it real simple, going from the outside in, alleviating the fear of crow's feet, being real gentle with that beauty sponge there. And we're just going in and blending. I'm serving you very much STEM right now, very much 50% stud, very much 50% femme, which is hilarious, and I love that versatility for me. That pretty much is the goal. That's the look for the night. I'm doing a polo and shorts and my Vans with some like high socks, so I'm trying to be real cute and a little off kilter, a little less femme. Really just enjoying a simple kind of sporty look. Felt real fancy in my polo. Now we're getting into my eyebrows. So this is probably the most comprehensive tutorial-esque view of my eyebrows that I'll be able to offer. This is just kind of from the beginning, so still using that setting powder so I can have that illusion of fibers, and kind of just giving a brief outline, a really light outline with a pencil, and then going in and using this brow gel to just sculpt the rest, because we want to pretend we have brow hairs and we want them flat, honey. We want them looking good. We want it to look like we attempted to grow these at some point. And of course, taper up the tail is needed. Nothing is going to be perfect. You're going to have to work with it. Gel is very messy and unforgiving, so you just got to work with it before it dries down. So now we're getting into my most favorite part, which is eyeshadow. I love just taking a big fluffy brush and just throwing on a color that speaks to me. So I'm using a bit of like a lavender rosy color for my transition shade. This is actually from my ColourPop palette. I think it's the Element of Surprise one, and I have the Rendezvous one. Love using the colors in those. They show up so great. There's so much color payoff. I haven't even put any additional concealer or product on my eyes, but we're still getting a really good color payoff here. And I'm taking it really easy. I'm just patting it on to my heart's content. And now I'm using an angled fluffy brush. This is a Stila brush. I'm going in with a really nice warm brown. I love this brown. It's actually from a Morphe palette that I have, one of the 9 pans, and it's just like a neutral palette, so I'm getting that brown there just to balance out that kind of lavender that we have going on. And I'm just going to take my time and blend that from the outside in, really taking it easy on my eyelids and ensuring that I'm keeping my skin in mind, and I'm just having a good time with it. So I wanted to keep in as much of the eyeshadow application as possible. A lot of it ends up getting cut, and I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of you guys seeing how I do things. So just keep in mind, I blend out for a very long time. There is some cut footage. I add a cream neutral eyeshadow, like a cream colored one, just to my lid with my fingers. I don't even use a brush. So that's just something that you'll want to keep in mind. And I do end up applying false lashes. Here I am with my falsies still drying down, applying way too much highlighter. I'm using the color Might Be by ColourPop, and I end up having to blend a lot of it out because I just don't wear highlighter very often, so I'm always fumbling with it, and that's okay. It's just not my gig, but I do like it, and I promise I'll get better, so just be patient with me. No blush tonight and no contour, just for your reference. I figured I'd be wearing a mask, so that's why I just didn't do those elements on the face, so it's all about the highlighter, baby, as poorly done as it is. We're getting into the fun part. I've now set my face with setting spray and I'm drying her down, honey, because she takes too long to dry on her own. So I'm using a false eyelash case to just kind of fan my face. And then we're getting into mascara. You do want to add that as best as you can just to blend your lashes in. Your own natural lashes with the strip lashes. It does help them stay on, and of course, it makes it look a little more natural. And I'm just getting both eyes here, doing this as gently as I can. I do apologize, there is a mirror in your face here, which is super not helpful, but you get the idea of what's going on. I just want to note that I always do mascara after setting spray because you don't want to get that kind of product wet, and I apply my falsies with my hands. And then here I'm just taking a corrective measure. I had gotten some mascara underneath my eyes, so I just went in with concealer and cleaned it right on up. Oh my god, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's a transition into a human hair wig! So she's gonna have to dry, she has been wet down, and in the meantime, I am putting on my deodorant so I smell good throughout the night, and then I put on some cologne / perfume. I'm using the Dior Sauvage, smells good as hell on men or women. So here I am, pretty much ready to just run out the bathroom and go out the door. I'm making sure my French tuck is done properly and that everything is looking right and tight. Here is an extremely blurry photo that I took of myself in the car at a red light to send to a friend, but I really like how I look in it. And here is post-party after I sweated for several hours. It's about 1:30 in the morning in these shots. I felt like everything was still just as snatched as it could be. Obviously, I got a little rub off on my nose, but I'm happy with how it looked. Most importantly, here's some photos of me with the grooms who are going to be getting married at their engagement party. I'm so grateful to have been part of their special day and can't wait for their wedding. I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed this look, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!